Yo, what's going on guys? CWpoke here back with a brand new video, this time for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. The next games in the main series of Pokemon titles are coming out this fall, and there's only a small bit of information that we know of so far. It looks like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are going to be altered versions of the Sun and Moon plotline, potentially with unique events and Pokemon. This has been a slightly controversial detail, as many fans are wondering if Game Freak will add enough in the new Ultra versions to create games that stand out significantly from Sun and Moon. With that said, in this video I'm going to list the top 5 features that I think could be in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon to help the games build off the foundations of the original Gen 7 titles. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into this countdown. Beginning this countdown at number 5 goes to the new teased fusions. It looks like Necrozma is going to be able to fuse or at least share power with Solgaleo and Lunala, resulting in brand new cool forms. But fusion is something that the Pokemon community has been interested in for a long time now, and we did get a small teaser of it with Kyurem in Black and White 2. There are thousands of fan-made designs for general Pokemon fusions, and I think it would be really cool to see this idea expanded upon. It would also help balance out old designs to keep them exciting, very similar to Mega Evolution. Since new generations add fewer Pokemon, imagine how many old Pokemon could gain a refreshing update due to the ability to fuse with other specific Pokemon and create new forms. While I doubt full-blown Pokemon fusion will become a thing anytime soon, I do hope that Necrozma is able to interact with some other legendaries or Ultra Beasts in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I found an artist who has been fusing many Alolan Pokemon together, and the idea of this Solgaleo infused Tapu Koko instantly got me hyped up. Seeing more cool ideas like this makes me wishful that we haven't already seen the only new forms in the new games, but for now, only time will tell. Coming in at number 4 goes to gym battles. Sun and Moon changed a lot of features that were traditionally found in Pokemon titles, one of the biggest being the removal of gyms and the introduction of trials. Very similar to gyms, they often had a unique gimmick to the specific trial followed by a tough battle. While myself and many others were a big fan of trials, after finishing Sun and Moon, I thought to myself, cool, but let's bring gyms back next time. It's not that I thought trials were bad, but rather I didn't think gyms needed to go. But this topic is a bit controversial, so I want to know, for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, are you team gym or team trial? Which one do you want to see more? It is important to note too that there are a bunch of empty plots of land in some of the bigger towns and cities, and many fans have speculated that these are spaces reserved for gyms in the future. Could we be seeing a reintroduction of gym leaders in an official Alolan League in the new Ultra versions? Possibly. However, as I'll explain in a future point, I don't actually think it'll happen. Next up at number 3 goes to something that was also found in Pokemon Black and White 2, brand new areas to explore. The Alola region is in a pretty cool spot because it's made up of many islands, which means that Ultra Sun and Moon have the potential to include new small islands to explore alongside the current ones. Trekking through all of the same routes and towns with little to no new change would definitely be boring. If Game Freak can change enough of the region to keep it feeling fresh and exciting, Ultra Sun and Moon might wind up being pretty strong entries to the series. If not, well, it'll just feel like playing slightly updated versions of old games, which isn't quite fun. I think the possibility of including new islands significantly increases the post-game potential. Imagine exploring islands that contain new legendaries or new Ultra Beasts, maybe even a new man-made island that contains a certain thing that some of you may have possibly heard before. I've heard of this thing called the Battle Frontier. It sounds like it could possibly be kind of sort of cool, and maybe some people kind of want to see it return. Game Freak, if you haven't heard the immense outcry and response to Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, please bring us back a fully fleshed out Battle Frontier like we had in Emerald. I have a slight hunch that it would be a pretty well liked move. Moving on to number 2 is something that honestly has me the most worried about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, the story. The original Sun and Moon had a pretty awesome story in my opinion, with a lot of cool and interesting characters. I mean, even Guzma, the leader of Team Skull, had a potentially deep and dark backstory that you can learn about if you find some hints found in Alola. But Sun and Moon also left us significantly hanging towards the end. It left us hanging so much that many people, including myself, were speculating that a possible return to the Kanto region might happen due to the story of Lily and Lusamine. But the thing that has me most concerned is that Game Freak has teased Ultra Sun and Moon and said that they'll have an altered story of Sun and Moon, not a continued story. It's a small word in the description of the games, but it potentially says a lot. It suggests that Ultra Sun and Moon will essentially have Sun and Moon's story, but with some slight differences, which honestly doesn't seem too exciting or significant. A story taking place in the future where we get to see characters like Lily and Gladion grow up and take on new roles in the story would be amazing, and it's hard to imagine that that could disappoint. But an altered story? It better be significant, otherwise Sun and Moon might feel like Pokemon Sun 1.5 and Moon 1.5. And lastly, coming in at the #1 spot goes to a single Pokemon, Marshadow. This Pokemon is one of Gen 7's rare mythical Pokemon, and he has a lot of unexplored potential. Much like Hoopa in Gen 6, it would be awesome to see this adorable yet fearsome fighting ghost-type Pokemon gain a brand new form, or have a cool little side story in the new games. I feel like Game Freak has a tendency lately to create these super cool, super rare, and mysterious mythical Pokemon, but they rarely get fully explored, often feeling incomplete or even a little lackluster. Instead of just having a strong role in the new movie, how about Marshadow gain something significant in Ultra Sun and Moon? And heck, might as well throw in Magearna too. Keep in mind, Magearna is a mythical Pokemon that still has an unobtainable form, and has had no significance to the plot in Sun and Moon. Giving these two Pokemon major roles in the story this time around would certainly be a welcomed addition. And that concludes my top 5 features that I want to see in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the games and what you are hoping to see most in the new titles. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.